fucking is the Red Speedo Man. I looked pretty sexy in that opening. How's everybody doing out there? Scarpad with another sci-fi sojourns tonight. Mars Attacks from Tim Burton, 1996, I do believe. And only Tim Burton could do a send-up of both 50s sci-fi movies and Topps comic book and card series mash-up and make it all into a black comedy. And I mean, Jack Nicholson, Glenn Close, Annette Bening, Pierce Brosnan, Dave DeVito, Martin Short, Sarah Jessica Parker, Rod Steiger, Tom Jones, Lucas Haas, Michael J. Fox, John Brown, Sylvia Sidney, Pam Grier. Oh my God, this thing was packed. It was his intention to make a movie that was both sci-fi send-up and a little bit of those old Towering Inferno, Poseidon Adventure, massive cast movies. And that's what Tim Burton did. And to talk about what Tim Burton did, the man of the hour, Under the Chemical Cloud in somewhere out west, Dylan from DHS. How you doing, Dylan?
What's up, dude?
Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good. And we're not alone tonight.
I didn't think you hit the live button.
Oh, shit. I did. You got me. Hey, look. You never know.
I know.
Steph is here.
What
and
up,
he's not,
fellas?
and he's not muted. We can actually hear him, which is a good
Yeah, I just hit it right before you brought me in. I was like, oh, shit.
No, Steph, before we get going, I've been meaning to ask you this for like months. Are you in like a closet? Because it looks like you're in a closet.
I'm right.
Like,
I'm
or a
in so much.
wardrobe. Like when Michael
No.
Myers was killing or going after the babysitter there, and he was in that closet thing. Are you in something like that?
A lot of no. I'm in my room, but my stand. I have a stand right positioned on my wall that is right.
It's
do
got
some
kind of the
filming.
Batman, wacko Batman 66 too. It's not quite straight.
Yeah.
It's got an angle
Right,
a
it's-
little bit, like
Yeah.
an angle, like in Batman. Yeah.
I try to
Cool,
get
though.
it, you know.
It's very, very avant-garde. So we're here tonight to talk about Mars Attacks, Tim Burton's comedy from 1996. I tell you, this movie, I think I saw it when it first came out. Didn't see it in the movie theater. I guess
Same.
not too many people did. It only made like $100 million. Didn't
What
get
was the budget?
Oh, only.
Yeah, right?
Like 19 to 20
It
million.
probably cost a lot though to make.
It costs a lot to make. It costs like 40 million.
Hey,
29
they
million.
made
okay.
60 million profit.
But if you
Yeah.
got it, but you always when you do like a budget for a film,
Yeah, that's
half
not
of what they
including,
spend is always
advertising.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So and that's never included in the budget. So yeah, no, this was a bomb. But
One thing, was this based, like, did Tim Burton take this off of comics?
yes, it was
Like that-
comic. Yeah, the comic
It
book
was
and the
comic
cards.
first? Because
They
I know
were-
I've read like the newer.
They were
Dynamite
trading
comics.
cards first.
So they were trading
Ah.
cards first. That's
like
why I want to know where
like
they
Garbage Pail
originated.
Kids, and then they turned into a comic after that.
Wow.
So yeah,
Like,
and it's a franchise. I know IDW did a Dark Horse, or somebody did some stuff with them.
I think it was
But-
Dark Horse or yeah.
But it was
Dynamite.
really
Let's see them.
a neglected series. I thought they could have done more with it.
Yeah.
It's popular too. I mean, you still see the toys around and stuff.
I'd always pick up the comics.
It's a
on
pretty
it.
popular thing, but
They
no
like,
sequel or nothing.
didn't they have Mars Attacks or like Meets Elvira or something? I know they've done crossovers.
Oh yeah, they've done a ton.
I'm pretty sure it is on Dynamite.
Yeah.
But
So-
yeah, I wish that they kind of dig into the Martians more. I'm sure maybe they do in the comics, but
Yeah, I mean, when I saw this movie back in the day, and it really did most of its business on like cable TV and stuff, got pretty popular in video. But when I saw it,
fan of it.
I was always a fan of it. I love 50 sci-fi movies, which this is
Right.
based on, and then
Sign
it
up for
has
those.
like everybody and his brother playing in this movie. I mean, Jack Nicholson doing two roles,
Jack
Jack
Nicholson.
Black.
Jack Nicholson as the president
Jack
is
Black.
okay. I mean, that speech at the end is fantastic before he gets killed.
Before the hand.
Like him as Mr. Land or whatever.
You don't like the other dual parties playing?
No, him as the dual party was
But
incredible.
I think that was the joke of the movie, though. I mean, it was kind of
Dude,
like
I love it. It's so fucking hilarious. Like the world, like everybody's freaking out because the Martians have attacked, and they're like, "This is not." He's like, we gotta have a place for him to stay. You know what I mean? He's like, they gonna want to rent rooms. Like,
Yo, he said one line in it as that dude. He was in the he picked up the boxer dude there in the back seat, trying to talk him into beating someone's ass for him.
Right.
And he was like, I'm hip. But it was just like, I didn't know that was like reused lingo. Like I thought that like, cause people say that nowadays, like, yeah, I'm hip. And I'm like, to hear Jack Nicholson say it was just so cool. Like
I
he
honestly
was great
had
in
to
that.
look it up because I knew I was like, this, like, he seems so
Yeah.
good. I did not see him through the makeup as he
Oh, you
went.
didn't think it was him? Oh yeah.
Dude,
by
no,
the voice,
I
though.
could tell it was very familiar. Like I was like, I recognize that voice. Like, you know what I'm saying? I knew him, but like I'm telling you, through that makeup, I couldn't recognize him.
And he kind of restrained his, he's got like isms, Jack Nicholson.
Dude, and then
he restrained it in that role.
Was
yeah.
like a lot
Yeah, I
different,
think
where I really didn't recognize him. I had literally had to look it up on IMDb.
Yeah, I think the only role that's better than this is when Tom Cruise was in Tropic Thunder.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was hilarious too. That's
you know that he didn't do like 2 roles in that, but I know that
Right.
shit is fucking, because I forget that one. You can tell because you can hear Tom Cruise like a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like
this
Tom
one-
Cruise.
Well, if you're used
I
to Jack Nicholson, I can tell his voice.
He was the voice,
Yeah.
but it was the face, bro. Like I had to do a double take, and that's why I literally had to. I was like, "Who is playing Mr. Land? He is fucking hysterical." Because I was like, I know his voice, man, but I was not seeing Jack through the face. Like,
Yeah.
Steph, could you see it?
No. Yeah, he did. He did a good job in the because if you're not looking out for it, you won't. You're right. Yeah. I agree.
There's so many good characters and actors in this movie. I mean, you even got the kid from Witness, Lucas Haas, who I tell you, Dylan reminds me that the kid that was the kid with the grandma. Just like Dylan, I tell you.
Oh hell no!
He was in Inception, bro.
Lucas. Yeah. He saved the fucking world.
He saved the whole fucking world.
Well, technically, the grandmother did with the slim whip.
No.
Yeah.
The yodeling. But I mean, the thing is, they were originally going to be doing. They were going to do this in practical stop motion effects, and it just the budget, they didn't have it, so they went ahead and did computer animated, not generated. But
see, bro,
they give
him like a nose and teeth.
The teeth, yeah.
Like now that I like know, I can see shades of him in there, but dude,
he did a good job at it.
Like, did good, man, and you really can see him through it.
Well, the thing I was going to say about this movie too is for the effects. A lot of movies from the '90s with early computer animation or CGI looks bad. This movie, I guess, because it is a comic book movie,
I still think it's
good.
Ages well. You know what's weird?
Really well.
Yeah. All right, so The Matrix Reloaded. You remember the scene where Neo fights all the Agent Smith in the park for the first time?
Yeah.
Great at the time. I remember people were hyped for that scene. It looks terrible now. And I caught myself thinking during watching this movie, this looks better. This was early mid-90s, and it looks better. It's outlived Matrix Reloaded, and that just kind of blew my mind.
I feel like Matrix was trying to be serious too, like in this.
And photorealistic. This is trying to be like a cartoon type.
Yeah, and it works. Right? It's almost like the Roger Rabbit type shit, or
you
can
tell they've been drawn in the scene, but this looks like they're actually staying there. I mean, the first scene when they come down and he's talking to the. Jack Nicholson walks out. Not Jack. It wasn't Jack Nicholson. It was the Paul Winfield as the general. And he's short, but the fucking Martian walks out and he's like there. And the way they show, like how fucking small he is. And the guy's trying to work in a translation machine, which doesn't work.
Huge.
But I just there's so many good characters too. I mean, it starts out in the first half an hour. What he was trying to do is the old type of like disaster movies where there are a lot of stars and you see all their stories first before you even get to the Martians. But you would think that stuff was boring, but it really wasn't at all. I mean, I thought it was pretty good. Well done.
Yeah.
Even with limited Martian stuff.
Dude, I love too that like how the Martians every time you think that it's gonna be like a peaceful thing and like they're gonna be and they always double cross them. It's fucking hilarious.
And there's I know, and maybe it was a
here, yeah.
Do you think Dove set them off?
Yeah, when now he put me, he says, the theory about the white dove is not right.
Well, I felt like when they tried to do when they tried to do their version of a translation, because you kind of hear them, they're like,
yeah, it didn't work right.
So I feel like
Right.
whatever they worded to him was maybe not good, but they say
Right.
No, they were gonna kill him from the get go, but
I think so too.
Just,
I get what Dylan's saying. Because they said they were coming. Yeah,
I mean,
they're like we're here, we're peaceful and shit. Dylan was saying the machine was misinterpreting.
This movie has a lot of
This
movie has a lot of idiocracy to it, where basically everybody on Earth is shown to be fucking one massive idiot. You know? Everybody, governments especially,
I think that's part of it. Where
and that's the whole point.
The one lady says she goes home to her husband, Mr. Land, and all he's worried about is the hotels and this big business deal, and she's like, what am I thinking? We all deserve to die. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna stay here and protect this trailer. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, I'm going to get grandma. Like,
your brother is a war hero.
Yeah. So your grandma's already out in space. You know, don't worry about it.
Luckily, he ran for grandma. As soon as he went for grandma, the parents are donezo.
Yeah. Get out just in time.
And grandma's the actress. Her name is Sylvia Sidney. She's a big way back actress since the early 30s, and she was in also playing a similar part in Beetlejuice. She's the old lady in the beginning of that movie as well.
I feel like this is definitely one of the more unique Tim Burton films.
I think. Oh yeah, it's on my top of the big.
Doesn't feel like Tim Burton movies.
It's not his usual style.
As soon as they open, you're like, this fucking Tim Burton's world. You know,
yep.
This one feels more like he was kind of like just taken from the comic books and stuff.
Right, he was trying to make a comic book movie.
Yeah. Right. And it's more brighter. It's not like what we're used to with all the dark,
super gothic and
gothic. Yeah, like.
But I mean, every part of this movie was brighter. Every part of this movie was great. I mean, then once they got on that spaceship, the whole thing going on, putting the dog head on her. They all walk around and fucking. They all walk the dog body. I love how they all walk around in Speedos. And they get the outer space outfit clamped onto them.
Oh yeah.
Hilarious.
Just grab the gun and keep
it walking around in fucking underwear, Speedos for.
I was hoping we would have saw like some girl aliens in it though. That's my only thing.
Well, we did. The one that went to the White House that blew up.
The assassin.
No, but she was like, I guess so. But you see her in the human look.
That was a costume.
Like, do they look different? Like, do the female aliens look any different?
They're all in dreads.
They are asexual.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Yeah. I did.
What is that with that?
I love that doing that chewing gum to be able to breathe air. I thought that was really
the nitrogen gum was
pure nitrogen gum. I thought that was sick. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that where that's how she was able to breathe.
How she was moving, bro, was that was cool. It was like
he's like
you gliding,
you floating, or she's like you gliding, baby.
When I put her in the intro, I had to speed it up because she was taking forever to get from point A to point B. I got that. Speed up. But that was great. I mean, and I tell you, that whole scene, the major battle scene was great. And I tell you, it was for a comedy, a black comedy. They had a little bit of horrific stuff in there. Everybody getting zapped, the Congress, the hand when she reaches out to Michael J. Fox.
Michael just pulls back his hand, bro.
Yeah.
I had to rewind that. I rewound that because I was like, "There's no way Michael J. Fox just went out like that, bro." And bro.
What up, Perry? Where the hell you at? You ain't watch this shit?
Yeah, let's say a little Two Gun Pedro. Thanks for stopping by, Luke Meister, Bobby Legrado.
Oh man,
Two Gun. Hey Perry, how's it going? Yeah, this is
I watched this like twice though.
This is a movie you can watch sober or stoned and appreciate both in both ways.
Yeah,
it's a good one, man.
It's not too long. And there's great scenes. I mean, it opens up the movie with that fucking great scene with the cattle running down the fire.
You have a barbecue?
Yeah. Hey, it's some type of Korean holiday or New Year's. No, good. He's like barbecue, baby. Yeah. I'm not cooking anything.
That's something I never seen before. That was done pretty well.
Yeah. So like you said, man, they were coming from the get, bro. Like. That was the alien.
Ready to attack.
Perry didn't like it. Perry's giving it a thumbs down. But hey, he didn't really saw half of it.
No, he said he didn't get a chance to finish it. I've only seen the first half hour, but I did like it.
No, he did like that. That's good.
You're too sound.
But but no, I mean And then, of course, we have Danny Elfman doing the score, which is fantastic, of course. And the score didn't really sound like a lot. Like every score sounds like Batman that he does to a certain degree. This one was pretty different. You know,
they were very playful. Like Tim Burton and Danny Elfman, they're usually more a little bit. You know, Elfman's a little bit more serious with his compositions, and even Tim Burton, like you don't really see him having fun. It's usually pretty dour, sour, like bleak world that he creates. It's like Dylan said, very colorful. So
but it moves. It goes from fight scenes.
Film that most people don't think is his. I've always loved this film though. Since
I think Tim Burton's not really that appreciated as is. I mean, he's had more.
He was in my
successes.
I always,
failures,
just because he did Batman, bro. He's all like, just because he did Batman and Batman Returns, I always.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, but Edward
I always gotta watch whatever he puts out, man, because it's like even if the story fucking sucks, man, like the Miss Peculiar show.
Visionary.
That it's just like look is so like astonishing, man, and even that I remember the Peculiar Children story was a little weird. But dude, it's like he's got like these. I forget, dude. I forget that one exactly. But there was some fucked up shit in that one, bro. Like
and then
that's
Sleepy
one
Hollow.
Big Sleepy Hollow,
Big Fish is another one he did, and
only he could do Alice in Wonderland for his style.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's just like he has that visionary look, bro. Nothing is like him. Like he's an artist. Like he did like art drawings himself before. It's like the guy just has.
Another one that we know things about too is Sweeney Todd. That was a really good flick too.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas. That's what it was. He did all the drawings for Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had a hell of a career.
I love that movie. Love it.
And then resolving this one where the whole thing with
Nightmare Before Christmas.
they go get grandma's music, and that's what ends up doing the aliens in. I love the effect when the heads are blowing up and everything's going on. It's like it's done really well.
Tell me, am I wrong? Have you ever thought why didn't they do a Halloween version of Nightmare Before Christmas and a Christmas version, like one where it's like a bit of Christmas in the beginning and then all Halloween? Since you only get a little bit of the Halloween world in that, because then he goes. Didn't
he do that? It wasn't the one called Halloween.
It might have been like a little.
Yeah, it wasn't a full movie.
Short.
It was a short.
Right. Yeah,
it was like a half an hour thing, but they did something like that.
I never seen it, but I always wanted it.
It was on TV. It wasn't on in the movies, but I think it did something like that.
Yeah,
I know. Well, they gave him
too. Frank and Weenie,
they kind of gave him shit though for Nightmare.
Live action short story he did.
Yeah, they gave him crap there. The old coalitions for Nightmare Before Christmas, because it was kind of violent for kids, but it was still good.
Yeah, I honestly, man, I'd have to go through his whole thing, but I like almost everything he does. I think it's just even Scissorhands, man. I always love that.
I love Scissorhands.
Love that.
One of my favorite stuff.
It's just he has such a unique look. The Batman's, Scissorhands.
So there's a shitload of characters in this movie, so it might make it kind of hard to decide. But who's your
Pierce Brosnan, baby?
Who's your favorite character and favorite scene? And Dylan, go ahead, Dylan.
My first one easily, bro, is just Jack Nicholson as Mr. Land, bro. Like, just the whole time when he's doing I guess probably, there's so many, like, everything he says is fucking hilarious. But I guess I'd say when he's giving the pitch in the meeting, and I can't believe those guys were actually willing to show up for this meeting. They're fucking dumb themselves. And he's just like, they're like, oh, I think. And he's like, listen, man, I got it. This is a perfect plan. We got this. He's just going on and on. And then the big ass ship comes right in the window and he's like, holy fuck. Just flips out, man. I love that. He's so iconic in this, man. I love just bullshitting the whole time about his plan. Yeah, he's good in that. That would definitely be my favorite character. And then my favorite scene would just probably be when Jack Nicholson, as the president, gives that crazy speech, and you feel like the triumphant. You feel like, oh, he got him. You even see
the eyes are watering.
You even see that,
but then he still fucking shot the motherfucker.
And
then to make it worse and worse, they had a fucking flag of Mars coming out of the guy's ass when he fell.
Yeah. Well, no, he does that to his stomach.
Okay, through his stomach. Well.
Stomach, and then that would have been even doper if it was out his ass. But yeah, you even get Pam Grier in this shit, man. For like, I swear, like not long though. Like a lot of big names, and they're only in it for like 5
Yeah, Bobby
minutes.
said Corpse's Bride. There's another one that. Yeah, that Corpse's Bride was
Corpse's
kind of a
Bride
nice,
is great too.
Yeah.
That's what I love. I love everything he does, man. His animation is so good. He does that claymation style, you know.
Yeah. All right, Steph, your favorite character, favorite scene?
Favorite character, even though it was brief, I liked Michael J. Fox. I not my favorite scene, but it's probably one of them is when Pierce Brosnan and Sarah Jessica Parker are doing the interview right before the aliens attack, and he's just watching the interview from the office, and he's like, she's flirting with him, and then he's like, he just Captain Phil, like that was pretty funny.
Well, the whole thing, he's going, we should have got that interview. We should have got it. They're sitting in these big ass, stupid like Dr. Evil chairs and stuff like that.
I like seeing him as an asshole too, kind of.
Yeah, because he's always the good guy.
I always see him play like the good guy.
Yep.
So that was funny. Like he's like, honey, and he's like shut the hell up. Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
I was gonna say, who else? The girl that played the Martian girl that blows up the White House there. She was played by Lisa Marie, who just died. Presley's daughter.
No way.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman in this.
Yeah.
And Ray J plays one of the
right. And Soul Food Kid, if you guys have seen that, but. I did like the scene where she's gliding. That just was visually real cool. And she's walking down the hall after she takes out Martin Short. That was pretty badass.
Is that your favorite scene, or what's your favorite scene?
No, favorite scene. You know what? At the end, when the boxing dude is trying to help them escape in the plane, and he kind of walks out and he starts talking shit, and he's like, "I'm the champ," and he just he actually kills.
Yeah,
he kills the main dude.
Close up with him.
Yeah.
You would think he's dead, though. It's kind of like they pulled the Dawn of the Dead type thing where you think he's dead, he gets swarmed under, but he's at the end. He's at the end.
Yeah, I love that. Too. I'm the heavyweight champion of the world.
Yep. He fucking just started.
I thought he was a real boxer. I'm like, dude, that's fucking Jim Brown. Like, I don't know.
He was a football player.
Okay.
Yeah, Cleveland. He was like the best running back we ever had.
And he was
technically he's the only one that brought us a championship before it was like Super Bowls. Before the NFL had Super Bowls, he won the championship for us. Him and Bernie Kosar, I want to say.
And he had a hell of a movie career in a lot of westerns after he left football. He's in John Wayne and bunch of, he was in. I think he was in Dirty Dozen. I think, wasn't he? Yeah, So I would say my favorite character. It's gotta be like Jack Nicholson. It's got to be Nicholson, just between the two characters he played. It's another one of these movies that he just, like the Batman role, he just put everything into the fucking movie. He was doing that. He was great as the Joker of Burton. And Burton just got a great performance out of him for this movie.
Yo, he had Joker and Penguin in this movie. That's wild.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito.
Yeah, well, I'm sure a lot of these people only came in this movie because of Tim Burton, because they were all people that worked with him in the past.
Danny DeVito straight just came in this for a paycheck, bro. Like his character had no role. Like if you really look at it, he was just popping in scenes.
He was the Danny DeVito role. That's the role he was
plan.
Yeah. And then he gets killed at the end. But
you want a Rolex?
But
I thought even him was gonna I was like, is Danny DeVito gonna pull out of this, man?
Yeah, right.
And then boom, just gets him. They're so good at making you think they might not kill him, like they might let him go or something. The aliens always double cross him.
My favorite scene, I'm gonna give honorable mention to my boy Tom Jones, who's in the middle of I can't. It's not, and then the Martians are coming. And at the end, he's singing a song with the fucking animals called
the animals. The bird lands on his
Tom Jones
finger.
should have been in the fucking movies. He was great. Love that guy. But I swear, I should. I was at a carnival, a festival down here in Massachusetts that we have. Tom Jones was there about maybe 10, 15 years ago. All the old ladies throwing bras at the guy.
I believe it. I believe it.
The man is a stud. Anyways. get off that story and say my favorite scene was the fight scene. I love the whole choreographed fight scene where they're all getting taken out, and the skeletons.
Oh yeah.
And Jack Black with the fucking flag, and he gets. The parents are watching him. He's getting disintegrated.
Were you throwing your underwear at Tom Jones too?
I was, man. I'd give myself the Tom Jones Ringley, man. What's up, Pussycat? I tell you,
Whoa.
he's great. Fantastic. I love him. So that would be my favorite scene, the whole Jack Black war scene. Honorable mention to the Tom Jones scenes, though. It's really good. So anything else about this movie? I like this. The music, cinematography.
Real quick shout out to the good scene was when they're attacking and those group of Boy Scouts are walking towards.
Yeah, they kept on trying to.
Yeah, they use the station.
On them.
Oh yeah,
some of the shit was fucked up. I mean, in fucking bowling, Stonehenge with a big bowling ball, and all the people.
Oh yeah.
I mean, some of that stuff was fucking whacked. I mean, really whacked.
Yeah, it's dope, man. I always forget that it's R-rated too, man.
No, it's PG-13.
Is it?
Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
PG-13.
Okay. Yeah. I thought so. I was gonna say I don't know why I thought
it was violent, but it was so cartoony violent.
Godzilla. You get a little Godzilla sneak peek in.
Yeah, Godzilla.
Yeah, they're watching it.
Which I figured that's maybe why they have that big like Iron Giant suit. I don't know. You know what I mean? If they show that.
I'd like to see Tim Burton direct Godzilla
after they see the Godzilla thing. I'm just saying that's the only thing I can compare.
Well, I think Godzilla was from an actual movie, but
no, they're watching
they're watching the actual movie.
Yeah.
And then when they're in the trailer park, the alien's in the big giant suit.
The mech thing.
The other good scene too is when Christina Applegate is getting.
Was that her?
Yeah.
Oh my god! I thought.
Okay. The aliens are there getting all fogged. They got the fucking windshield wipers.
What's that fucking? Is that the only time she's in the movie?
Yeah, that's every time she's in the movie.
I thought so. What's the song they're playing again?
It's some.
It was some disco, yeah.
Push it or something. But you just see like.
I know the aliens were fucking hilarious in this thing. I mean, it's just whacked.
Yeah, they had a lot of character for not being able to understand them. Like they're very emotive. Yeah,
you need that. That was the biggest thing you need to hold up in this movie, and I think it's still just perfect for because it's not trying to be serious. You know, if it was trying to be serious, it wouldn't work. It probably wouldn't work as well, but. It's just a batshit crazy fun movie.
Yeah, it's a satire.
And they still look good, man. They still look good. They're cartoony, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's implemented very well. But also true, there's not too many scenes where they're in it together, though. You notice it's except for like the attack scenes in the streets. And some of those, did you see some of that was very practical when they're carrying out at the end the dead?
Yeah, they're practical.
Yeah, a practical big version of it. Yeah.
There's practical.
I like when he stepped on
in it for sure.
The head.
When the head, yeah, was that a practical scene when he steps on the? Okay.
There's a lot of practical suits you can tell.
Yep.
They had to allow them in the street scenes. You could tell which ones was practical, which was
pushing the body really off the bed.
I wish that they used a little bit more of them, honestly, because I think those looked really good. But
that's why we need a sequel. So
yeah,
it was like another cool scene when the kids were at the White House, the brothers, and they just picked up the guns, and they're the ones that were kind of saved the president and shit. They're like, "What are you guys still doing? Get out of here!" You know, they took kids
after his wife. She's like, "John Kennedy,
chandelier."
And just mush. I love it. That's practical too, obviously.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
What the hell is the other one I was just thinking of? Shoot. Oh, when they're looking.
Well, when the
main one's looking at the Playboys too.
Yeah, when Pierce Brosnan is doing the autopsy on the one that was the one too, with the goo coming out of his head. It's all slime.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just hilarious.
And this was a good contrast to Independence Day because they were short, not too far apart from each other.
Yeah. I mean, Independence Day was kind of funny for all the wrong reasons, kind of.
Right.
It wasn't funny. It wasn't trying to be funny, but it was, when they were in the fucking spaceship,
Inadvertent.
decoding the fucking language using his fucking cell phone.
They could do a sequel now and just get a bunch of like big actors that are big today to come and join it. You know?
Yeah.
Mars Attacks again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dylan comes up with the perfect title. Simple.
It's
Yeah,
simple,
but effective.
Perfect, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Pay me. Pay me. Yeah, I know.
They've already got their spies scouting. The guys, we got a title. Copyright it.
I tell you, it's good, but I don't know to see another one,
You're
unfortunately.
gonna have to come to me for a payoff if you're gonna use that.
I've been trying to find a fucking Mars Attack figure, and you can't find them now. Over like they have one out that's like 3 inches. I hate those little 3-inch things.
NECA should do one, man.
NECA should do it because
they should. The
only one they had out before was not good. Oh, Mego. I'd like to see Mego do one either. NECA or Mego. Yeah. You know,
NECA could kill.
NECA would do an authentic looking one. Mego would do kind of like a crazy one with some pantsuit and stuff like that.
Well, you could do
a lot of
like
detail.
The jacket, and then you'd have more people. I feel like that'd be like.
I think Mego sent you guys that video, that Creep Show one that's coming out. Migo's doing some interesting shit, Creep Show and stuff.
Yeah, that's the best because they always just do the creep, so it's cool to.
Well, I know. So you're getting the guy from the first chapter. You're getting the headless, the guy with the cake head, right?
Yeah.
What's his name? Norman? Is it Norman? I think it is.
Maybe, yeah. I can't.
What other monsters could they do from the first Creep Show? They could do the one Fluffy, right? Fluffy would be tough though, because that's more of an animal.
Then you could do Stephen King with like the meteor shit all
over.
Oh,
the meteor shit. Okay.
You could have him like looking like a plant.
Of course, you'd have to get Stephen King's okay for his likeness. Good luck doing that. But you can make it kind of look a little bit like
they did a Stephen King Funko Pop.
And then you could do the guy from Cheers buried up to his head.
Yeah.
Like have it where he's in the sand. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah. Fred Jones.
Yeah. Now I don't remember anything from Creep Show 2 or 3, but maybe there's something in those movies again.
Like
I guess
there's like the slick river monster that looks like an oil slick.
That'd be a tough one to do, I think.
Yeah.
What would they do? Like a thin thing of plastic?
Well, you could just do like a person covered in black shit.
Yeah, I suppose. But yeah, well.
Yeah, we gotta make a DHS Productions. I'm liking that.
We're gonna do that movie because we'll do it in Dylan's hometown because there's a chemical cloud going over it.
Yeah, we'll just throw some people in to breathe that shit in. They'll probably start looking ugly as fuck like them.
It'll be like the Toxic Avenger all over again.
Yeah. Hey, that's a movie. I think they could. You'd have to find the right person, but that'd be a cool remake. Toxic Avenger.
I heard that they were trying to do a remake.
I know there's got to be some kind of legal shit because otherwise Troma would have done that fucking years ago. You know.
Yeah.
Troma's not discerning when it comes to sequels.
Hell no.
They just kind of pump them out.
They put out Amigo though for it.
Absolutely, they did with Room and Pail and everything. Yeah. So, all right, so let's rate this puppy.
That's a mop head.
Mop head, yeah. Let's rate this puppy. Let's say for me,
got like 20 more minutes of talking.
Nah. Get off. Steph's got to go to his nighttime job after he gets off of Robbie's show. So he's got Magic Mike. He's got Magic Mike in to do. You
do?
Magic Mike returns to theaters this Thursday.
Oh, now I know it's a joke.
I didn't know what Steph did. I thought he was jobless, but I understand he is a male performer.
No, bro. He's a tap dancer.
And apparently he's in.
I tap.
He's in his change closet.
I tap all right.
the avant-garde angle.
I'll be tapping that ass.
That's right. He's got that Batman angle. I'm expecting fucking Michael Myers to break through that
door. It's
a
secret room compartment in here.
Michael Myers gonna come through that door or what?
He might open the closet
with a hanger.
Yeah.
Channing Tatum.
I don't know. All right. Well, I'm gonna say for this movie, I'm gonna give it a 4.75. I thought it was a great flick, and one of Tim Burton's, I think, one of his finest movies. Although he's got a lot of good ones. So, Steph, what do you think? How many phasers are you giving this thing?
I did enjoy this movie. There's a lot going for it. It's not. I hate to sound cliche. It's not a perfect movie. I think. It has a lot. lot of stars, and sometimes you think with ensemble pieces like that, it's just gonna be not to say anyone had a bad performance, but people were just kind of like Danny DeVito, love him or hate him for he just had a he's being Danny DeVito in this movie.
Well,
really
before you give let's get this. Who is everybody's least favorite character in the movie? I'll tell you who mine was. Sarah Jessica Parker. I couldn't take her character.
She was annoying. I'll give you that. Yeah.
That'd be my annoying one. You said like Danny DeVito, maybe.
No, I didn't think he was annoying, but I like he's to be a
but I'm saying least favorite character. Least favorite character.
It might be Sarah Jessica Parker. Martin. I mean, that's just kind of his thing. But Martin Short was his character was annoying, but that's his humor. Maybe his character Martin Short. But and not to say like Danny DeVito, not to say he was underutilized, but his role served. This is me being a film snob. His role served no purpose he was just there.
Right.
And you get these ensemble pieces, and sometimes the stars, they overshadow each other. But I was gonna give it a 3 initially, but because we've talked about it, and it is very different amongst Tim Burton's filmography. I'll bump this up to a 3.69. I think it's fun.
No sexiness. You did get a bra scene, but no sex. You want to hold your 69?
We got some caressing from Pierce Brosnan and Sarah Jessica Parker.
All right, we'll let go then.
Yeah, nice little headless makeout scene.
So you're saying 3.69?
Yeah, 3.69 phases.
All right, cool. And let me ask you a question before we go into Dylan. Do you have like a dog squeaking a ball?
Yeah, that's my headset. I thought only I heard it, but that's why I was muting.
Well, I was asking if you were bouncing up and down your bed or something because I hear the noise.
Yeah.
Dylan,
am I bouncing up on my bed?
No, I don't think so. You look pretty stable. But what would you say? Least favorite character and rating?
Least favorite character. Maybe Pam Grier, just because they don't really use her for shit. I don't really dislike anybody though. I just feel like some are like you got these big stars and they don't really do anything.
Right.
Well, I don't think anyone.
They were collecting a paycheck.
And to me, Sarah Jessica Parker is just like laughable because she's so annoying. It doesn't get me upset or anything though.
All right, so rating.
Probably give it a 3.75, I'd say.
You guys definitely loaded. I probably think because I'm more of a sci-fi fan, I'm more into the 50s sci-fi.
I love the film. It's a good send up to the it's a fun one to watch every few years.
I think I rated it higher because of the whole. I love the aliens. I love the.
I watched it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's almost I'm very close. I really am leaning at a 4. But it's just not one that it's not as rewatchable for me. Even though I watched it today, But
if you love like satires and like that genre, it's a good. I can understand a 4.75 and something like that because it's a good send off to like 50s sci-fi, and it's a funny satire. It's a good take on that. Like I said, it was a good alternative to the serious sci-fi.
Still good, man. It's almost an 8.
Yeah. In my book, like 2 and below is considered bad. 3 is like considered like there's a lot to enjoy, but there's some flaws. It might not be for everybody.
Honestly,
it's enjoyable.
It's just it could be paced a little bit better. Sometimes it can be a little bit more of a slow burn for me. Even though it gets right in, it's just obviously I would love more aliens in it too. Right. You know what I mean? But it's obviously they cost so much. Like today. They could do the whole movie where like the aliens are in like 80% of the movie. You know what I mean? Like,
right. I mean, they were trying to also lampoon disaster movies. And if you go back and watch like Poseidon Adventure or any of those, that was all the way they are. They're all set up until you get to the event. So,
but no, I love the movie. It's a fun one. It's just one that it's not like with some I could watch them like a few times a year. This one, it's like I watched it the 2 times for it. I love it. I had a lot of fun. I even showed it to the little kid today, man. Like after I watched it a second time.
That's a great movie for kids.
Yeah, bro. He had a lot of fun with it. It's great, man. But I probably won't go back to it for a couple years now, and I'll revisit it, down the road, But yeah, I always loved this.
Right, so 375, 369, and 4.75. It's gonna be a 3.69. No bones about it. Not bad, not bad for Tim Burton's.
You're probably at like a solid. That's like a solid 4 after if you eat out.
Hey,
Yeah.
not
You got
every
3.5. You got a couple 3.5s in the chat.
yeah, 5, yeah,
Two
3
Gun
5s.
gave it a 4. What up, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, not every movie can be a 5. They all can't be Burial Ground. So I mean, just the way it is.
Yeah,
Just the way it is.
big facts. Big facts.
All right, so I hope you guys liked this little discussion we had about Mars attacks. Next week, we are doing a little change of pace. We're going to get a little bit more serious. George Clooney's 2006 version of Solaris.
Never
we'll be doing
heard of
next week.
Space sci-fi.
Anybody that needs to watch it, it is available. I will tell you where soon. But I think it's on HBO Max, and I know that's
that's the Warner
Bros.
Bros.
Watch it. So hopefully they'll keep it. Unlike
they've been giving away everything lately.
Harry Potter there, but I think they'll have that on there next week. So we'll see.
James Cameron and Steven Soderbergh.
Yeah, it's a remake of a 1972 Russian movie, which is highly regarded as one of the all-time great sci-fi movies, up there with 2001. This
You ever see it?
I have not seen it. This is the one movie this month I have not seen.
I've never seen it either.
I understand though that it's a pretty good movie.
No, yeah, I've never seen it. Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. Solaris next week.
Nice.
And then we got some good stuff coming up after that. So
yeah.
What do we have the rest of the night here? Don't forget PCP. They're doing Inside Llewellyn's Body or something. What movie is that?
Inside Llewellyn Davis.
So is there a
Coen
porno?
Bros.
Oh,
Coen Brothers movie.
It sounded like a porno for a second there.
Sounds like
they make some jokes.
Sounds like an old dude's porno movie.
That's like old dude, like old gay dude's porno movie. Who knows? So.
Hey, I didn't say that. Just kidding.
So after that, Friday, God willing, we'll be doing a Twilight Zone show. Episodes 13, 14, 15, and 16. Some good ones in there.
Episodes. Better than this past week.
That's right. And next Saturday night, we're going to have another Dylan's Horror Show. I did not pick this one. I want no shit from anybody, especially Robbie, and Verno, who's getting ready to give it to me. I told him
to get that Blu-ray a long time ago.
Verno's excited to talk about this one.
I did not pick this one, although I did endorse it.
Verno's
1974's Blood-Sucking Freaks, a classic of its time. I say
Vampire flick?
Not exactly. Okay. It's a weird one. It's odd. It's definitely a good example of 70s filmmaking. Blood-Sucking Freaks.
Gotcha.
Next week on DHS.
It's got a couple good interviews. It's got, intro from Lloyd Kaufman, because they're the ones who saved this movie. This shit would have been long gone if it wasn't for Troma picking up the rights.
Yeah, it was not a Troma movie, but they picked up the rights and got it out there.
Chris
I remember seeing this.
Eli Roth.
This movie was when I was a video store manager in the late 90s. That movie was a big renter. That was out all the time.
Cult favorite.
One copy. Everybody wanted it. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's one of those just literally like it feels like an underground film.
Yeah. So
it's something different that we've never done.
Something different. Don't give me no crap. I still say Burial Ground is a good movie. Anyways, and then after that, we have another exciting Sojourns Solaris with George Clooney. Make sure you come back for that one. Meanwhile, anybody else has anything else coming up? Dylan, you got anything else coming up?
Just what you said, brother.
Steph, nothing?
No.
Catch Steph this Thursday night. Killer Mike, Magic Mike returns in the theaters. And we'll catch you guys next week for Twilight Zone and, of course, the other show that we do, DHS and whatever else. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, guys.
Later.
Stay out of the clouds.